Hey guys, welcome back to another sewing video, and in today's video we are going to be using a pattern piece made by Sewing Therapy Handmade. I'll insert a link to an Instagram as well as a link to her webpage down below. So we're going to be making the Hanbok. So I've already printed out the pattern piece for it. First thing we're going to do is that we're going to stick these all together and then cut pattern pieces out, and then after that we can look at some fabric selection. Let's get cracking. So I've done pasting it all together, the front, the back, and the straps. And now I'm just going to double check the measurements to see what line I need to cut out. If anyone hasn't done this before, you always look at the instructions and then you review what size you are and then you cut out according to the lines. Fit is size 8, but I don't want it to be so tight. So I think I'm going to do a size 10. And then this line down here, that's where I'm going to cut it off. So then I am doing a bit of a shorter style. So let's get cutting. Okay, so these are all our pattern pieces. We have a back bodice where we only cut one on fold, which makes sense. We do that for our main fabric and our lining. We then have our front bodice, which we're gonna have to cut 2 from our main and 2 from our lining. And then there is an optional pocket. I don't think I'm going to do a pocket on mine, but I just cut it out just in case if I want to keep the pattern piece. And then we have 2 options for straps. We have more of a skinny strap and then we have a thicker one. Isn't accounted for in these pattern pieces is your bias tape, which you can cut from any fabric you want, and depending on what size you go for depends on how much bias binding you need. I chose this fabric because I had a lot of it left over, so this is going to be my main fabric, and then I've chose sort of this light blue fabric for the lining. So the first thing we're actually going to do is that we're going to prep these straps. Okay, beautiful people, we now have a lining. She's been sewed together exactly the same way as the main fabric. And now we're gonna connect these 2 together. How you're gonna do this is that you're gonna take both wrong sides of the fabric. So here is my wrong side, and then I'm gonna take the wrong side of my main fabric, and that's basically how we're going to sew it together, because we remember we're going to bias bind the edge, so we're not going to flip anything around. So let me show you what I mean. So you can see here's my side seam and here's my other side seam, and then we're going to pin them together like that, okay? And we're going to pin all the way around this garment, around the armholes, around the whole thing, okay? So I've pinned around the armholes, I've pinned around the neckline, I've pinned the whole garment together. And some might be wondering, what do you do with these straps? Just pin them so they're facing inwards because we're going to bias band this edge, so you won't see this at all. So if anyone's getting a bit confused or stuck, we're just going to sew around everything, and then after that we're going to hit with the bias tape, which I'm very scared for, if I'm being completely honest. I have got some bias tape here. I don't have enough fabric to cut my own bias tape, so I'm just going to use this bias tape that I have already. And this part is really simple. So if anyone doesn't know how to sew on bias tape, is that the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to pin it and sew it like this along the edge, and then when it is sewn, we then are going to fold it over the edge and then sew along the inside. So that's how bias tape works. Okay, so hi guys. I've just sewed it onto the fabric. And now something we're going to do is that we're just going to, whoops, fold it right over. Hey beautifuls! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, it's been going great. It really has been going great. This is what it is currently looking like. Look how beautiful that looks. This bias binding edge, absolutely stunning. So the only thing I really need to do to finish this off is doing the bias binding for the armholes. But other than that, she looks so clean and beautiful. So this is what she'll look like. Something like this, but you can definitely do whatever you want. You could probably even tie one of these in here. So these straps are definitely, you can tie them if you want. You can hide them in. It's nothing too of great concern. I'm just going to do these armholes, the exact same process. I'm not going to film it. And then I'll see you guys now. I might film a little bit because people might wonder how you do the curves in the armholes. So goodbye. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and you can comment something silly down below. You can comment other things you want me to make. Anything I am open to, but I hope you enjoyed the creation and me actually sewing it. So I'll see you guys in next week's video. Goodbye.